That two families line really hit hard for me because it's such a parallel to my own experience. If you go deeper into it, you can kind of tell that she sees things people don't realize. I've learned so much from them. They really took me under their wings and taught me so much. I hope they bring it back because if Goldie needs a babysitter, Gwen's available.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart in Motion podcast. I'm so excited to be talking with Alex MacIsaac today. How are you doing, Alex?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining me. We're still on a high after the When Calls the Heart season finale from just a couple of nights ago, and there were some pretty amazing moments between Rosemary and Lee and Gwendolyn. So I'm so excited to hear from you about not only the finale, but the whole season. So thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, I'm so excited.
So you've been able to be on a few other podcasts this season to talk a little bit about When Calls the Heart. But for those that haven't seen, a little bit of your background getting onto the show, give us a little update. Like, how did you get involved in When Calls the Heart, and what excited you most to be on the series?
Okay, so I first got the audition and I saw When Calls the Heart and I was like, oh, I kind of recognize that because Billy's on that, my friend from school. So I did the audition. I thought it was so cool that I got to audition for something that my friend was already on.
Yeah.
And a couple days after that, I found out I was shortlisted. And then a week after that, I think, I found out I got the role. And I was obviously so excited. I was so grateful that they trusted me with Gwen, and it was my first recurring role. So it was so special that I got to grow with her and make the character my own. And I was just so excited to get to work with the amazing cast and crew. I knew that I would have so many amazing memories, and I did make some amazing memories, and it was just such a fun experience.
Well, we were thrilled to see Gwen's story throughout the season, and what a nice surprise for us because we hadn't really thought, I don't think, about, Rosemary and Lee having this opportunity to, in a way, foster a child through this experience. So, what a great surprise for us. So, now that the season has aired, and whether it's like you're filming or whether it's like being following along with the fans, what's something that's really surprised you most about working on this show?
I think what surprised me the most was, well, first of all the Hearties and the love is just so amazing, but also how welcoming everybody was, because obviously this show has been going on for so long. So I was kind of, scared I didn't want to impose on anything, but the minute I stepped in there, everybody made me feel so safe, and it was so amazing, and it was so homey. So I think definitely everybody just surprised me with their kindness and their welcomingness. That's not a word, but
I love it when we make up words because it sounded great. So, we have often heard that Aaron Krakow is really good about connecting with new people on the set, which I think is just phenomenal. That this is such a passion project for her that she wants to make sure that everybody feels important. Did she reach out to you early on when you arrived on set?
Yes, she did. So I got on set, I went into my trailer, and I heard a knock on my trailer door, and I opened it up, and it's Erin, and I was so excited because I knew she was the lead of the show. I was so excited that she reached out first, and she introduced herself, and it was just, that was the first thing that I was like, wow, okay, I'm a part of this show. I think today is going to be a really good day. And it was. Everybody was so welcoming. Yeah, I was just so fortunate and so grateful that she reached out first.
Did that set you at ease a little bit? No, being able to talk to her ahead of time?
Definitely.
Good.
And then when I stepped into the green room on my first day, I didn't expect everybody to be there, but they were. So
That's so cool. So you've hinted throughout the season that there was a big moment in the season finale that maybe was a favorite moment for you. Now that we've seen the season finale, can you tell us which scene it was?
Yeah, I think it was the goodbye scene. Just because that scene has so many layers to it, I think you really see how far Gwen has come in that moment. And with the gifts, I really liked the gifts because if you go deeper into it, you can kind of tell that she sees things people don't realize. Like with the picture frame in an earlier episode, she looks at a picture of Rosemary when she's in New York. And I think in that moment, Gwen realizes that she had a life before this and she went on amazing adventures. So with the picture frame, she gives it to her for her next big adventure because she knows she'll go on one. And with the fishing hook that she gives to Lee, that heart to heart that she had with him, I think that will stick with her forever because I think that's the first moment she finally felt at home. Like she truly felt at home with him. So when she gives that to him, I think that's just a callback and a nod to that amazing moment because that will stick with her forever. And that's why I love that scene. There's just so much to it.
And you and Gwen even has like a special little gift for Goldie as well, which was so sweet.
Yeah, the dolls. I think she made them. I'm not sure how, but yeah, I loved that. They were so cute. And then I think you can see her playing with them in a little montage at the end. But yeah.
Yeah. So it was a pretty emotional moment. And I was talking with showrunner Joy Gregory and David Gray, executive producer, yesterday. And I said, I've got to admit, I've watched this episode 4 times now, and I've cried 4 times. And that scene, along with the other scenes in the episode, Alex, but that scene literally gets me every time. Such a powerful moment. And so I'm curious, did you and Pascal and Kevin like talk about how you guys were going to play that? Or was it just like you trust each other so much that it's like we're going full on? Like, what was that conversation like?
I mean, I think we just started doing it and we kind of just let it flow. I didn't expect myself to get so emotional doing it. The emotions were definitely so much easier to access doing that scene because it's true, like, I don't know if I'm coming back. I mean, I really hope I do. But, it's open ended, so who knows? But that scene was just so fun because I've learned so much from them. They really took me under their wings and taught me so much. And like in that other scene, too, when I'm talking about what I've lost and gained, that two families line really hit hard for me because it's such a parallel to my own experience.
Yeah. Is it easy for you when, like, I was telling them yesterday that last scene, and I think even the one also that you're talking about, where sometimes like you're acting, you're playing pretend, but in moments like that, it felt like it was the lines between reality and playing pretend were pretty blurry. And so was it easier for you to kind of channel that, knowing you as Alex were feeling kind of that same way?
I definitely felt the same way. Even when I was like rehearsing the lines before I would go to set, I would I would cry doing the monologue because I really feel like I have two families now
Yeah.
because I have just learned so much from them. I look up to them so much and yeah, the lines were very blurry because it all felt really real.
Yeah. Joy shared, and I think that Kevin has shared this on another podcast, that Joy shared that during filming that moment that your hat kept kind of falling down and that Kevin found a way to kind of sneak around and kind of push your hat up and you just didn't skip a beat and just kept right on going. Is that true?
I think so. I kind of remember that now that you speak of it, but yeah, I remember that.
So you make it seem so effortless when you can just bring on the tears. And we've heard from many seasoned actors that say that is so hard for them to do, whether they're putting eye drops in or doing all of this. But is it easy for you to kind of get that emotional and go to that place?
I mean, like I said, for the goodbye scenes, they were all pretty natural and pretty real and
Yeah.
way easier to channel. But for different scenes that there's not so much of a parallel, I really like to imagine what the character's going, and I like to go through their head and think about what's making them feel this way and what's channeling the tears. I've also found that music helps unlock the emotional barrier as well. So I made a playlist of a lot of the songs that make me tear up, and I found when you tear up and you like start to do it, it gets easier to flow. So then it just kind of keeps happening, and over time it's gotten a lot easier as well. I found when I first started acting and I really wanted to cry, that was one of my goals. It was extremely hard, but now it's getting a lot easier, and they're honestly some of my favorite scenes because they're so fun to cry.
Yeah.
For me, it's really
Yes.
fun to act crying. Yeah.
Is it easier now that you know you can make it happen? You can go there, and so it's a little bit more exciting knowing I can go here, I can do this.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the day, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super, I like, it's super fun for me to do the dramatic scenes.
Oh yeah. So at the beginning of the episode, we see Gwen come down in the scratchy dress, which was fun for us to see because, we've had some great moments this season between Gwen and Lee, but now we know, okay, we're getting ready to have a moment between Gwen and Rosemary. So when we get that big reveal, and it's like something has shifted with Gwen. So can you talk about like what's in her mind right now that she's thinking, I want to go ahead and I want to put on this dress?
I think since it's the last day that she's there, she really wants to show how much she appreciates the Coulters and Rosemary. So when she puts on the dress, I think it's a decision that she's ready to open up and show how much her heart's opened and how much the Coulters have changed her and how much she's adapted to this new life. Um, yeah, because at first, I feel like old Gwen at the start would never put on that dress. And so it shows how much she's changed when she does put it on. And I loved everybody's reaction when I did have it on. It was very different.
Did you get to go back and watch the episode, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see, it was really sweet. We're watching Goldie Ellie, and it's like her face just lights up when she sees Gwen in the dress. Did you notice that moment?
I actually did notice that. I did not know that happened. When I was watching it back, I saw that, and it was just so cute. She's so adorable, and I did not know that happened. And I think because she only sees me when I'm in like the Gwen uniform, so
Yeah.
I think it was definitely a switch for her and everyone else. But I think it was different for her.
I think, she's just old enough that she kind of realizes something's a little bit different, whether it's Gwen or Alex, something's a little bit
Yeah,
different. And Ellie has a really cute way of just kind of like having a straight face and then she just lights up. And we've seen her do it several times before, so it was really sweet to see it in that moment. Can you talk about like those last few episodes, just getting to hang out with Ellie? Because I know that you guys had some great moments on set last summer.
well, getting to hang out with her is just the best. I always look forward to when she's on set because I know I'm just gonna have the best time with her. We do so many things. She always brings her bug hotel everywhere. And one time we pet the horses. That was super fun. And we like fed them. And I think that really shows on screen as well because Gwen and Goldie have a bond. And I hope they bring it back because if Goldie needs a babysitter, Gwen's available. But, yeah, it's just so amazing. And I think, yeah, we were together the very last day and we shot the row house scenes and every day is such a blast. She's so cute and adorable.
Yeah. She's adorable, absolutely. It's going to be fun to see, like, as she grows up on set,
Yeah.
what she and I made mention to Joy and David when I talked to them yesterday. It's almost like we got a glimpse of what life might be like for Rosemary and Lee with Goldie as she grows up, kind of through your interactions with them. So that was really fun for us to see as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So, did you shoot the goodbye scene before you shot the row house scenes?
Yes, I did. But again, it wasn't that hard to channel those emotions because it still kind of felt like I was saying goodbye.
Yeah.
The last scene I did film was when Gwen was really upset about the dress, and I feel like that was a good scene to end off of.
Yeah. Yeah, you brought it. You really brought it. Yeah. Scrubbing on getting all the dirt off of it. Did you and Pascal, like, what kind of conversations do you guys have? Because it's clear you guys trust each other. So is there collaboration before, like the record button before we say go? Or you're just like, okay, we're in it. I'm going to do my lines, you do your lines, and let's just see what happens.
I, I guess we just see what happens. I mean, of course, we like run the lines before,
Yeah.
but it's not really with any emotions. It's just for like the dialogue and the flow. But when we were doing it, all I was thinking is just how lucky I am to be in this position. And it was one of the first scenes I've had one-on-one with Pascal, so that was really cool. And it was so cool to play that dynamic on screen.
We've seen Gwen and Lee interact a lot this season, and now we've got this moment where she comes down in the dress. Do you think that this turning point for her was just that reality of knowing I'm leaving, and I want Rosemary to know that that connection has been there? What do you think that was?
Yeah, I would say that she wants to show Rosemary. I mean, I don't think they really had many connections, and kind of what Lee says in the goodbye scene where she doesn't have a mom, so Rosemary was the one that she really needed. I think Gwen finally realizes that she should prove to Rosemary that she really appreciates her too, even if it might have not shown the whole time. So I think she just really wants to show before she leaves that she really cares for her.
And like you said, Gwen gives that frame, and it's like a way for her to say to Rosemary, like, we've connected. I've heard you. Like, I know what's in your heart as well. That was kind of like the icing on the cake for their relationship, I felt like too. So that was really sweet. One of my favorite, like, visual moments, and it was like everything came together. It was the balloons are going up in the air, and like Kristen Lehman had this slow motion going on, and we've got this shot with them up, and we get these moments with the Benson Hills kids where they talk about they have a moment to read what they wrote about being in Hope Valley and going home. So what was it like, kind of like doing that whole scene and being around everybody?
Well, I kind of knew that was one of the last moments that for this season that we would be together. So it was really nice because the sun was out and the whole balloon thing was just really beautiful. So that whole scene was amazing. And when we were doing the rehearsal, I cried so much when I did my monologue. I didn't mean to. It's just because it's such a parallel. Everyone was saying, "Oh, you're so good at acting. You're so good at your job." And I was like, "I'm not acting right now." So yeah, that was such an amazing scene. Yeah, I just loved the whole balloon thing, and everyone was there. I love all those scenes with everyone there because you get to, know about everybody, and there's just everyone is there. So it really feels like a community.
Yeah. On set, on set and on camera as well, right?
Yeah.
One thing that we love about When Calls the Heart is that they are so good about having these little bitty subtle moments where it's like you really have to be paying attention or you're going to miss all of these little moments. And there's a really sweet moment when Elizabeth is in the schoolhouse with the students and she's trying to figure out how to get them to write and share, like what they've learned and what they're thankful for. And we see because, Gwen's a little bit upset. She's just like, I'm emotional right now, but then they reach this point where they connect and we see this smile that between the two of them, and it's like, okay, they get it, they get each other. Can you talk about, like, was that something that was directed by Kristen, or how did you guys kind of make that little special moment happen?
Yeah, it was not originally scripted, and I think when we were just doing it, we just did the scene, and then Kristen just told me, look up. So I looked up, and then Kristen said, now you get it. So then I kind of did the face where I'm like, oh, I get it now. And then she writes that speech. Gwen writes that speech that she says in the end, because she knows what Elizabeth means by lost and gained.
Hmm. For sure. Absolutely. So you've hinted quite a bit just in our conversation how exciting it would be to come back next season. I loved the line that Lee says to Gwen, "See you soon," which could mean, all right, well, they keep in contact, but it also is an open door for the possibility of you being able to come back next season. And when I brought this up to showrunner Joy Gregory and I just said, who's possibly going to come back? She was all about finding a way to get Alex back in season 14. So how exciting is that for you to hear that it's a possibility?
That is just amazing. I mean, as I said, it's like my first recurring role, so it has a really special place in my heart. And I've took so much from that set. I've learned so much, and that would just be amazing because it was one of the best summers of my life, and I hope I can continue.
So when I was talking with James Drew Dean the other day, he said so many times when he's on set, he won't go back to the trailers. Like he just wants to sit there and he just kind of wants to watch and take it all in because it's such an important training ground. And even Pascal has said, for our young kids, like this is one of the best places that they can learn. So can you think of like what was your routine? Did you sit and just kind of watch? Were there things that you specifically remember like, oh, I want to pick up on that? What was that training ground like for you?
I've learned so much. I remember Cavan would always tell me that actors must learn the 3 rules. You must know your lines. You must be on time, which always means be early, and you must have an idea. So I'm going to always remember that because he always told me that, so it must be really important.
Yeah.
And all of them are just so amazing and so experienced that I just watch them and watch how they do things, watch how they handle things, and already I have learned so much, and I will always remember them for the rest of my life.
What an amazing experience. So we've talked quite a bit about episode 12, but those were not your only moments this season. So looking back and take your time on this, what were some of the biggest highlights for you looking back on the whole season?
I mean, every moment is a highlight for me because I just have the best time there. I've said that like a million times, but it's true. One moment that I really love, which it's not even on camera, but it was my birthday, and I really wanted my birthday to be on set because I knew we were filming throughout that time. And I was so excited when I found out that my birthday was on set because that is the place that I would want to spend my birthday. So everybody sang me happy birthday, and that was just the most amazing experience because, like I said, that is the place that I would want to spend my birthday every single year. So yes, that. And for on-screen, every moment, especially in episode 6, I love doing the heart-to-heart scene with Cavan. But yeah, every moment is a highlight.
Kevin shared that, when you guys were talking that out with director Peter DeLuise, that it was, you guys are collaborating and thinking how to play it out. And it was like, Peter just kept pushing you, like, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this a little bit more. And Kevin was like, she went for it. She did it. Do you remember that conversation, those experiences?
Yeah, I did. So basically, we were doing the scene, and Peter would say, do this, blah, 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 blah. He would actually say things, not that. Yeah. But, and I would try my best to do it. And I don't know, I just love experimenting and trying new things and playing around with it. That's one of my favorite parts about acting. And, getting directed, I love doing all of that.
Yeah. Good little challenge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what were goodbyes like for you then at the end of the season when you guys finished filming?
Okay, so I hate goodbyes. I don't like them. And when I do theater, do like a long run of a show, there's always a closing night, and I am always bawling my eyes out because it has just been an amazing experience. So I knew I was going to be really sad on the last day, And it was the last day of the whole thing, so that was really special too. So when they said I'm wrapped, I was holding them back. I was doing good. And then Erin had her scene next, and then she was talking to me, and then the waterworks came, and yeah, I was really sad, but also just looking back on the amazing experience I've had and how many amazing memories I made, and I hope that I can make more.
Yeah. And it just shows to them how much you care and how much you enjoyed being there. So, have you been able to stay in contact with anybody since filming?
On Instagram, like with the tagging and the commenting and stuff. Yeah. I would really like to stay in contact with, like all the kids, definitely, because they're all so amazing, and I feel like we're all such good friends.
So, I think you said, tell me if I'm right or wrong, when you got the part, did you go back and do some One Calls the Heart watching to learn a little bit about the series?
Yes, I did. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Did you follow along this season with each of the episodes?
I did, yes. It was super cool watching it. And for the previous seasons as well, I really enjoyed the storylines. There were so many like cliffhangers. I did not expect it. Like the Lucas shooting, I was shocked. I was shocked. That was so good. Yeah, and just always the kid storylines are so good, and yeah, the show is just really good.
So I'm curious, what storylines other than Rosemary, Lee, and Gwen this season were you really paying attention to and enjoying?
Obviously, the fire was a big one because I didn't even know who started the fire till I watched it. So that was definitely one that I paid attention to. But also, like, all the Allie storylines are so good. And, I mean, every storyline is so amazing and has so much detail.
Are you a big Allie and Oliver fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't we all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm curious now that, you had filming last summer, we just finished watching the season. What are you like working on right now that you can share with us?
Well, a Hallmark movie just came out that I was working on after, and it was with Chris. It was really cool because we didn't really overlap on One Calls the Heart. So I was so excited that I got to be his daughter in this one. So we had lots of scenes, obviously, and that was really cool. I've done a couple other TV shows, and right now I'm doing a new TV series. I don't know what I can say about it yet, but that's been really cool as well.
You also have a really fun other Instagram account that I found not too long ago that highlights some of your other talents. So talk a little bit about that other Instagram account.
Are you talking about the girls who sing?
Yeah.
Okay, so me and my friend Mayla, my best friend, we started this account called The Girls Who Sing because we love singing together, we love doing harmonies together, and we want to showcase that, and just like fun things that we like to do. So we didn't really expect to get that many followers, but yeah, it's just been amazing. But now she's in LA right now doing amazing stuff. But we just made a video over FaceTime, over like Zoom, because we still need to make content. But yeah, it's so fun just to make videos and do the singing as well. And all the support is just amazing. So
that last video was pretty awesome that you guys, because I noticed that you guys were not in the same location, and I was like, they are pulling it off. Was that your Wicked one? Was that Wicked?
That one that we just did was not Wicked. It was a pop song, but we do lots of Wicked ones.
Yeah. I hear that you're a big Elphaba fan.
Yeah. I would love to play Elphaba on Broadway one day. It's my dream.
I love Wicked the musical, so we did the Hallmark Christmas experience, the Hallmark Christmas cruise right here, Hallmark Christmas cruise right here. And Jenna Claire Mason, you know Jenna Claire? You need to Google her. That's your homework assignment. Jenna Claire Mason. She was in Wicked on Broadway, all right? And I got to sing with her, and I got to sing Elphaba's part.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, talk about
you sing too? That's awesome.
Well, not like you, Alex. I've heard you sing, Alex. And so you mentioned that movie with Chris McNally. So just letting everybody know that's following along, it is on Hallmark Plus now, and it is Two for Tea, righto? That's right. I made up that
Yeah.
word too, righto, right?
Right.
Okay, you have a lot of talents outside of just acting. You've got your singing. We've heard you've got a great hobby with building some houses, right?
Yeah.
What is on your bucket list that you would love to accomplish next?
Definitely being on Broadway is on the top. That would just be amazing. And performing again, I haven't really performed in that long professionally, so that would just be amazing. And yeah, that's definitely at the top of my bucket list. Also, just to keep on doing TV and film and keep on doing what I love is also up there.
And get on season 14 of When Calls the Heart, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, Alex, it has been so much fun to talk with you and just to celebrate your work on season 13 of When Calls the Heart. What a delight and a joy it was to see Rosemary and Lee and Gwen and Goldie all come together and to watch you and your talent this last season. We're crossing our fingers that she may be back, that Gwen may be back for season 14. But in the meantime, aside from your, what is it, your
Girls who
music,
sing.
Girls Who Sing, how else can people follow you to stay up to date on all of your projects?
You can follow my Instagram, alex.kate.mcisaac. Guess that's the only way, but yeah.
It's the place to go. So,
Yeah.
okay, well, Alex, thank you so much. It has been so much fun talking with you.
You too. This has been amazing.
All right. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.